Hi everybody. Today I kind of wanted to do um, a blog post kind of about my story, about where how I got to where I am today. And if you started reading my blog from the beginning, then you kind of know what I've gone through and how I've gotten to where I am today. But I thought that I would kind of talk about it again. Um, So here it is. So when I was little, I was that girl that didn't care about what she looked like. I was too worried about playing outside with my friends, and I never thought anything of what I ate. Um, I just, I'd eat when I was hungry and stop when I was full, and I'd wear what I wanted to and said what I wanted and did what I wanted as long as my parents allowed it. Um, and that was up until about sixth grade. And then something sort of happened. I was actually never like aware of my body before. I never thought, I never looked at myself in the mirror and thought bad things about my body up until about sixth or seventh grade, is when I started noticing that my friends were kind of noticing things about their bodies, and everybody's kind of going through puberty, and it's like a weird stage. And um, I'd gotten a little chubbier, and people had started kind of saying things just like, you can't wear that, or, you're chubby, or, you're fat even. And I kind of started seeing a lot of stuff in magazines about, a certain body type, and that wasn't the body that I had. All my friends were really petite and little, and I never went through that stage really. I was kind of always a little curvier. And then I started, kind of just realizing like I wanted to do something about it. I went into high school, and I was really nervous because my sister was really tall and slender and beautiful, and I didn't see myself that way. I didn't think I was what a girl was supposed to look like. And my nickname in ninth grade was Potential. Some of the older kids called me Potential because I had potential to look like my sister. And I even had some like bullying stuff go on, people calling me fat. And that's when I stopped treating my body the way you should treat your body. And sorry, I'm gonna cry here. I started hating my body, and I remembered like looking in the mirror and just being disgusted with what I saw. And it got to the point where um, I'd feel so upset about how I looked that I would restrict what I was eating, and try and not eat for as long as I could. And then it would get to the point where I was so hungry that I would end up binging on a lot of food, and usually really unhealthy food. And then I had this overwhelming feeling of guilt um, for, you know, doing something that I thought was shameful. So then I got to the point where I was making myself throw up. I would use like a toothbrush or a spoon and shove the end of it down my throat. And even though I was so disgusted at myself for doing that, it was like I had control over that. I had control what I put into my body. And no one knew that I felt this way because I was always that person that was really um, funny and loud, and I kind of hid behind my humor. And I was so not modest that no one ever thought that I had an issue with my body. It got to the point where I was going on Pro Anna and bulimia sites, which are um, websites where it's a community. It was a community of like girls that would exchange tips on how to, curb your appetite, and how to, to chew gum or drink a ton of water to make it feel like you're full. And I was going on these websites and saving all these pictures of really, really, really thin girls and keeping them in my diary and kind of looking at them all the time, like praying that I was going to look like that. And I just remember laying in bed and like praying that like I would lose 5 pounds. Or I looked back in my diary and I'm writing, you're so fucking fat. Like if when you get down to whatever weight, then you can be happy. And I just felt so bad about myself, and I just would look in the mirror and just be disgusted at what was looking back at me. So I was drinking a lot and smoking a lot of weed and kind of trying to hide behind partying and mask all these awful feelings I had about myself. And because of all that, I ended up gaining more weight. And then I kind of realized that I was a little out of control and started working out and tracking everything I ate, and I lost a lot of weight, and I was starting to get attention, and it felt really good, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop tracking everything I ate. I would track pieces of gum that I ate, which are like 5 calories, and put that in there, and um, I started taking diet pills like hydroxycut, and they made me feel awful. I was super jittery and anxious all the time. And um, so even though I had lost the weight, I still wasn't happy. Um, and I just remember thinking, like, when is this ever going to end? Like, this is just my life. Like, I'm going to always be self-conscious. I'm always going to hate my body. This is just inevitable for me. And that was kind of up until like a year ago that I had this mindset, and I stopped making myself throw up, and I stopped restricting my eating. I started seeing a therapist, and I talked to her a lot about my issues, and I was able to stop making myself throw up because one day there was just something in me that fought back and was like, what are you doing? Like, I hated my body that much that I was willing to like essentially kill myself over it, by like not giving my body what it needs, food, and then when I do eat, throwing it up, which is so like dangerous and hurtful to your body. Um, and I just remember being like, what am I doing? Like, stop it. So I remember like I was really good about eating healthy. Um, but I was always really insecure. I would weigh myself 3-4 times a day, track everything I ate, and I just remember having these negative thoughts in my head like 24/7 of just like, you're fat, you're worthless, you're gross, like you're not worthy of love. Um, and then in college I kind of did a lot of drinking and stuff and hiding my feelings through that, and would try and seek attention from people that would give me attention, but it was all the wrong types of attention. I thought that, you know, a guy wasn't going to want to date me, and I would wear certain things to get attention or do certain things or act a certain way. Um, and then last year, I just remember starting CrossFit and just thinking, oh my God, this is like such a great community. And I started following Healthy as a New Skinny, and I started writing my blog about fitness, and I really started taking care of my body. I signed up as a Beachbody coach, and I just really started thinking about what I was putting into my body and working out because I wanted to, not because, I had eaten something bad, so I needed to work it off. And um, I just remember telling myself one day, like, I'm not going to live my life hating my body or wasting time and energy hating something that I can't really control. Um, I am never going to be the size Victoria's Secret model, and that was always something that just like I couldn't stand. I always wanted to be skinny. I wanted to be little, and that's just not my body type. That's not the way I'm built. And I remember seeing people like Kim Kardashian and J-Lo kind of embracing their curves and being like, thank God, like someone is kind of changing the way the media looks at curves. And you still have a long way to go, but this past year has been like the most amazing experience for me, um, because I no longer think that way about my body. I mean, everybody has their days where they, don't feel great or have bad body days and, do a little self-loathing, but I just, something inside of me just like really fought back and was like, you do not have to suffer. You do not have to feel insecure in your body. And, if you're in a weight loss journey right now, you should love your body every single step of the way, because you have one body, you have one life, and it's your choice how you decide to spend it. It's your choice if you are going to sit and hate your body and wish that it was something that it's not, or you can choose to embrace the body you were given and enjoy the most amazing things in life and your friends and family, and stop worrying about what everyone thinks of you. Um, it is the most freeing experience, and most freeing thing that you can do is when you let go of your insecurities and just kind of accept and embrace who you are and stop worrying that you are not what the media shoves down our throat. And it's okay to not be a size 2. It's okay to be curvier. It's okay to be skinny. It's okay to be any shape you want to be, as long as you are happy and you are healthy. I just can't reiterate it enough and tell you guys that you are wasting so much time and energy hating your body when you can be enjoying life. You can enjoy your life. So that's my story. I would love to hear yours. I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.